your heart's racing, hoping everything goes right, and then it's over, and you're like, that was awesome.
Number one, the fact that we got snow in the beginning of November was, and the amount that we did was like, oh my gosh, it feels like January out here. Did something happen while you were there?
It did. So, did we tell the story of the last camera? Trust me,
that's a good explanation
I'm gonna have my
of that.
hands full enough trying to get that barrel pointing the right direction.
Welcome to the Talkin' Shed podcast with your host Adam Finnig and co-host Cody Cisco, where we talk all things farm equipment. Tune in as we interview farmers, industry leaders, and talk about our own dealership story. Follow along as we talk about topics like cover crops, nutrient placement, and things that make your farm and every farm across the country different. You're listening to the Talkin' Shed podcast, and thank you for tuning in.
All right, guys, you're tuned into another episode of the Talkin' Shed podcast. We've got another video episode. These are a lot of fun. It gives you a better feel. That one we did with Dave and Seth was a lot of fun. So it's good to have the whole crew huddled around the table and just throwing ideas around and talking all kinds of stuff. So I'm excited about that one. If you haven't watched it yet, get onto YouTube. Jesse did an awesome job piecing that thing together. It rolls right through. He edits from person to person. Flows real good. It got uploaded last night, and people are watching it.
It was pretty good.
The podcast has always been something that we've done and try to keep up on, but now I think that, we're videoing it. I think it's going to gain traction. We're going to get a lot more consistency out of what we're doing, and hopefully some really good feedback. So we're excited for the road that it's going down. We're here in the war zone again. Just has that feel of we're in a bunker. I mean, we do have the concrete walls behind us, the safe room, I should say, behind us, the vault. Someday we'll have to give a tour of that, or a tour of the whole place. Really, there's some really unique nooks and crannies in this facility that are often overlooked.
Everybody always asks you, they're like, so what's in that building? And it's like, oh, well, it's
a little bit of everything.
It's like, well, there's all kinds of good stuff in there.
We've got living quarters upstairs, washer and dryer. What do they call those fold down beds? The Murphy beds. We've got the
stove, basically full kitchen upstairs. There's the metal saw over here with all the metal that we use to fabricate some brackets and all the good stuff that Brent pulls out of the shop. So
it'd be fun to do a tour here someday of that, which another thing I want to do of a video on the video side is touring farms. I want to go see these shops. I've been to some phenomenal locations over the years that have had shops that are immaculate, whether it's with living quarters or overhead cranes or just giant doors, really nice facilities to work on. And I want to do tours of that, kind of like the whole cribs concept. I think that'd be pretty cool to bring that content to people and show them some of the cool shops and some of the cool places that we get to visit.
Every shop's different. Each one of them has like their own little woodwork that they've got in there or something like that, and their logo, and it's pretty neat. You get to see a lot of cool stuff.
We were up at that place up north with Brent when we installed that Valmar on that case, and they had those deer heads in there. That was pretty cool. There's a lot of history in that office that they talked about. They bought this farm then and this farm then, and how they built the operation. It's really cool to hear those stories. Because most of the farms that you visit today, they are the product of something that was started decades ago. And it's pretty cool to see that. And of course we get to live at a time when we get to see the fruit of that. So pretty cool. But today is Thursday, the 20th. And, the last time we were having this podcast with everyone, we were talking about the field day, how
gearing up for it and
how it was going to turn out, who's going to be there. what the weather was going to be like. We postponed it, and man, I can't feel better about how that event went. I was pretty nervous, being that we had to delay that event. A lot of times when you throw a wrench in something like that, pretty quickly it kind of gets knocked down a little bit. But yeah, we had an awesome crowd. I'd say there was between 80 and 100 people there.
Yeah.
The furthest guy that I know of was about 4 hours away.
I was going to say 4.
And so, yeah, we had plenty of people driving an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to come see that. And it's a great feeling to put on an event that can attract growers from those distances because they find what you're doing on a day-to-day basis very interesting. So, yeah, we had guys that came to see strip till, guys that wanted to see maybe the 5200, all of the tools. And then there were guys there that just wanted to learn more about how to better their operations residue management practices. We really honed in on that Yetter Devastator, talked about how that's priority number 1 to start with on the corn head. Great event. And then, of course, we're running the tools. Jesse's filming, flying the drone. We got phenomenal content. And then we come back here to the shop and eat homemade vegetable soup and grilled cheese. I mean, that was just the icing on the cake.
It's one of those deals to where it's great because like the day goes by so fast and you're doing, you're doing a lot of stuff and a lot's going on and you're like, oh my gosh, like I didn't talk to this guy. I didn't talk to this guy. And you get to talk to like a select few and you're like, all right, well, I got to go. I'll be back. I got to go get this guy set up or whatever. And it's like, you just feel like there's always something going on. You're just like, gosh, there's not enough hours here to get all done what you want to get done. But it's one of those deals to where, being able to display what those tools can do out in the field makes you feel pretty good.
Out in the wild. Yeah, that time certainly speeds by. I mean, the trucks start rolling in, people come, and it's like, okay, there's him. Okay, I know him. But about the time, I start talking to people, I've got to go get with the shop guy and say, hey, you good with this tractor? Like, okay, we're going to run east and west, 3 passes, keep hydraulic down pressure on number 2, and run fast, So we all got to keep that rolling. And then I want to talk to this guy, but it's time to fire up the microphone and boom, we're running. And then we always have guys that want to come and stay afterwards and do some one-on-one. Like we had a lot of guys saying, hey, I want to see it pass like this, run it at this angle or at this depth. And so we did a lot of that and that was fun. So we got to have some of that one-on-one. But yeah, by the time we get back here to the shop to eat, most of the guys have already came in, they've already ate and left. So we do kind of pass by each other in that sense, but just having them there, of course they talked with everyone, Lydia and Cammie and Dad and Seth was here. And so, yeah, it's phenomenal. Leading up to those events, it's such a rocky road. I think we're ready. And oh shoot, no, we're not ready. And oh man, the conditions aren't good enough. Well, is anyone going to show up? And then you get there to that day, and I've started to get better at this. But once you're at the night before, it doesn't matter if anyone shows up,
right?
Because if you think about it, you've already gotten some really good people together. You've already gotten Seth. We had Dave here. We got podcasts done. We got content. We ran tillage tools. So whether anyone shows up or not, it's still a very good success. Everyone showing up is an icing on the cake, and boom. And then they all show up and trucks roll in. There's 80 people, and it's just like, wow, this is awesome. And it makes it, they provide that energy for when I'm talking about the tools. Your heart's racing, hoping everything goes right. And then it's over, and you're like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
speaking of the Yetter Devastator, our Yetter rep Caleb Shoemaker was here, right?
Caleb, yeah. I mean, I can't forget him. I did mean to get him in here on a podcast, but he's from Illinois, so he had to get trucking back. But we'll get him wrangled in here eventually.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we'll have some good deer hunting stories with Caleb and fishing. He's a fisherman at heart, really, from what I understand.
Yeah, he fishes a lot of tournaments and stuff like that, and sounds like he travels all over Illinois, Missouri, all over the place, Iowa.
Yeah,
they do a lot of it.
Yeah, so the field day, unbelievable, phenomenal success. I can't thank everyone who came out enough. It was so much fun. Had a blast, and I can't wait to do it again. Honestly, as soon as that thing was over, my wheels were turning on what's next.
Yeah.
We had our July field day. We had our strip till field day. We had this fall field day, which that fall field day is always kind of a bonus. You never know if you're going to get, because you got to wait for everyone to be done. You can't have a field day October 20th. No one's going to show up.
Right.
They're going to be in the combine. So you got to wait till everyone's done harvesting and then hope that you've got enough good weather to squeeze it in. So I was thinking, okay, what's next? Well,
number one, the fact that we got snow in the beginning of November was, and the amount that we did was like, oh my gosh, it feels like January out here. But
I mean, it got cold.
Yeah.
But it's not unheard of.
No.
But, I was thinking, what's next? We're getting ready to shift gears into planter season. We're kind of starting to fade out of tillage. Mother Nature's telling us that, whether we want to be or not. It's just how it is. It rained and it's staying damp now. The days are just short. We're not getting that drying weather and sun that we need. So it's like, well, what's next? Well, as we shift into planters, we've always talked about doing like a planter clinic. But, there's so many planter clinics out there, dozens. And you go there and they're like, well, make sure your singulation's 99%. It's like, yeah, we know. But I wanted to have one that's different, that's better than that. One that people come to, and not only are all the company reps there from Caleb Shoemaker at Yetter or Drew at SurePoint or the GBGI guys or the Copperhead guys, you name it, Ag Express, line them up. All of our liquid fertilizer product specialists, line them up and have them have tables, and it's going to be like a mini farm show. But what I'm thinking is we're going to take all these row units, a Kinsey 3000, a 2150, a Maximer Jimmy 5, 1770, line them up, and we're going to go through them one by one. Okay, here's the 1770. Here's the parallel arms that you can put on it. Here's the gauge wheel arms. Here's the seed disc openers, the weld-on RK bushing kits for your tail pieces, the closing wheels that we found work really well, the row cleaners that work really well. And we're going to go down through every one and break it down on what additions we're seeing, some electric fertilizer pump kits.
The way to apply your fertilizer. I mean, the sky's the limit there. I mean, it's what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something we deal with, almost on an everyday basis. It's not just this window from November to, May 15th. It's something that we talk about all the time. We just we've got a planter that's coming in that we're going to retrofit a little bit. We bought another case, 1225 early riser 6-row planter that we're going to deck out a little bit more, try to dive a little bit more in on the fertilizer side and talk about what options we can throw at that. Obviously we'll put some tanks and some brackets and stuff on there with it as well. But it's definitely something that, like I said, we talk about it on a daily basis, not just a seasonal basis.
Yeah. Yeah. And so in a roundabout way, I'm tiptoeing around the fact that we're going to have a planter, I'm calling it a symposium, whatever you want to call it, January 8th. We're going to have vendors here. We're going to have people come in. Dang well we're going to have food. But it's going to be an event that you can leave with some very, very real-time good knowledge. It's not training you about how certain, electrical stuff works on a planter. We're kind of over that. We're more of, actual products that provide a strong ROI.
Kind of the meat and potatoes type deal.
Yeah, ditching the no-till coulter, getting that closing wheel tailpiece straight. It's the common stuff that we see every day that guys are struggling with. And we're just listening to the farmer is all we're doing. We talk to them year round, and we're listening to their problems, and we're going to bring those solutions to them. And I'm excited because it's going to be very close quarters. It's going to be almost one-on-one. We're going to walk around. We're going to ask questions. And then, of course, afterwards, we can scatter out and people can go and meander to whatever vendor they want. Maybe they've been thinking about those twister closing wheels, and they can go over there and talk to Caleb. Or they can also talk to a grower there who has had them. I'm going to make sure that we have growers there who have been running these products, and they're going to raise their hand and they're going to talk about them. Hey, what is your experience with those row cleaners? How have you liked those twister closing wheels? Tell everyone about them. You were an early taker on those closing wheels. You've had them now for 4 years. What's the wear life on them? What are you seeing over there in, wherever you are, Indiana, maybe, and really dive into that. I think it's going to be something that's going to be a huge home run. We've talked about doing it for a while. You just got to make that jump. And it's a lot easier to make that jump whenever you're backed by such good support, not only with the employees that we have today, but then our backside support on our vendors. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, we're going to shoot a ton of content there too.
Absolutely.
I mean, with all those vendors in town for maybe a day or two, we're going to be busy at this table.
Oh, yeah.
Burning up this podcast. So, yeah. So in a roundabout way, I'm phasing from how good that field day was, and we're launching right into our next event. And who knows, maybe we'll have another event there in that February timeframe, maybe another one in March, talking about some different products. It's those types of events that guys want to go to.
And, we've talked about doing it for, I don't know, probably the last 3 years, about doing something like that. And it's like, everybody else puts one on and stuff like that. And it's like, how different can we make this? And so we kind of drew up a little game plan, and it'll work out.
It'll be different. It'll be really good. I want to rewind a little bit back to the original field day, the fall field day, and let's talk about some of the success we had or some of the people that were there. So I had a guy come from Northeast Ohio to look at Dawn strip till units. He saw those run. He did purchase 6 of those. So that was an awesome success, well worth his drive. And he got to see what he wanted there. He farms up by the lake, and totally different world up there, but he's going to use that unit to create strips, obviously, but he's going to be doing it in the spring, kind of more freshener style. He's not using the mole knife. He's using the blades only. And so that was a great success.
Don't they call that something like the armpit of Ohio?
That's what he calls it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But from there, I had a grower come up from straight south of Columbus.
Like Circleville area, right?
Yeah, a little bit north of Circleville, yeah.
Okay.
In between Columbus and Circleville. But he currently owns a 2200 20-footer with shanks. I demoed that to him a few years ago, and Jesse and I went down there Monday. But long story short, he purchased the 5216 that we were running at the field day. And you'll see a video coming out on that, but he talks about how and why he needed the 5200. He's doing corn on corn, and he needed something that could manage residue efficiently. And whenever we talk efficiently, he was making 3 passes to bury the stalks and then still having to finish it. Whereas now he's down to a 2-pass system, one in the fall with the 5200, one in the spring with his 2200. So what we're seeing more and more is, I know everyone wants that one tool to do it all, and we do have that depending on what your need is, but we're seeing more and more guys owning multiple Salford serial numbers, and that's a great example of that. He came up to the field day, wanted to see if that 5200 was aggressive enough to bury his stalks. he had 250 plus bushel residue that we were working in there Monday. And I mean, we were just laying it down. And
it's amazing what that tool can eat.
Yeah.
Like,
he had a 400-ish row crop tractor, and it was a perfect fit there. He was pulling it, I think, somewhere around 8 or 9 miles an hour, leaving it beautiful, leaving it smooth. You'll see that video come out, but those were some of the successes that I had from the field day of guys that came up. And it's fun to go through that work, have the field day, and then boom, field day on Monday or Friday. Monday, we're at a guy's farm setting up his new 5200.
Yeah.
I mean, that was fun. We had a great time interviewing him and shooting some content, flying the drone.
Did something happen while you were there?
It did. So, you know, we tell the story of the last camera?
I think so.
I've got a thing going right now with cameras. If you are a camera and you're watching it, don't come near me right now.
Don't touch it.
But it's all for the content.
It is for the content.
It's for the content. You know, we've got a heavy duty magnet mounted onto one of those DJI actions, and I put it on that 5200 on the outside frame. I thought, man, this will be a great shot up in there. It'll show all the dirt mixing action. And Jesse was flying the drone. I jumped up in the tractor cab with him, and I kind of honestly, I got distracted making sure the tool was running right. You know, I should have checked it, because we did stop. We ran and then we got out and we stopped. And I didn't even look at the camera, because I was more focused on making sure the tool was running right. You know, we're making a couple rounds, and he had to fold it up, because we actually had to adjust those wing nuts that we adjusted. And so he folds it up, and I think that's when I noticed it. I was like, oh man, that camera's not there anymore. And I mean, this magnet's pretty stout.
Yeah. It was.
And I couldn't believe it. And I was like, man, it probably fell off right away. And anyway, we did not find the camera back. We didn't look too hard, because I mean, it was starting to lean on 3 o'clock. We had a 2.5 hour drive back yet. And
hadn't ate yet, I'm sure.
Oh, we ate. We ate on our way down. But, you know, luckily those action cameras, we're in a world today where, yes, they are expensive. They're not cheap, but it wasn't a several $1,000 camera,
right?
You know, and I'm not saying I'm not going to go back and look, because Jesse was looking at the drone footage the other day, and we found where we started, and we could see it. And then we went probably 300 yards and stopped, and it was not there.
Really?
Yeah. And we know in his field there's an area that's marked where he started. So I know, like, if I can get down there with a metal detector, I'm very confident I can find it. So on the next podcast, I'm going to have that camera sitting right here. It's going to be found. I will find it.
It's going to be one of those deals where we're going to get it, and it's not going to work, and it's going to hang up on our shelf up here somewhere.
Oh, it'll work.
And it's going to be a trophy.
It'll work.
Yeah.
All it had to do was survive one blade and make it through the rolling basket.
What about the rain?
The rain? Those things are good.
It'll buff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Yeah. So I still have confidence that I'm going to find that camera. So, yes, I have lost temporarily 2 cameras in the last, I don't know, 10 days, 14 days.
Something along those lines, yeah.
So, but you know, you don't lose cameras if they're sitting at your desk all day,
if
right?
You're not
if you're out
doing
about,
anything. Yeah. I mean, you can't use them if you're not doing anything.
You can't lose them if you're not doing anything. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, hey, we'll get them. We'll get them back. But, so yeah, that was our excitement. I know you had a few guys at the field day. What did they think, or what kind of feedback did you find?
So basically it kind of reverted back to that demo that I talked about on the last podcast, the ones that I brought over to Bluffton.
Yeah.
You know, basically his brother and his dad came over and drove, watched it again, and they're like, Cheese and Pete's. They're like, you know, the thing that I hate about it the most is that we did the field right down from my house, so I get a look at it every day. So talked to them. Had another gentleman that lives probably just 8 miles straight west of here, he's looking at a high-speed disc of some sort, and he brought his dad there, and they wanted to watch that tool run and whatnot, so they watched that run. I had another gentleman from Alexandria, Indiana. He came over to talk about some fertilizer spreaders. So we didn't run a fertilizer spreader, but he at least got his eyes on one and got an idea of what he wanted and whatnot. And so we're hashing that out right now. But,
perfect. Fertilizer spreaders have been a hot topic.
It has. Yeah, within the last week and a half, I've had more phone calls on fertilizer spreaders than I have in the last 3 months.
Right. Which I think it goes to show you, we had calls there early before harvest.
Right.
And then guys got into harvest and they were just, get the crop out. Now the crop's out and like, okay, what's next? Fertilizer. And so,
Do you got one?
We've had a big uptick in fertilizer spreaders. I quoted our 12-footer out. I talked to that gentleman today. He has not made a move yet. I had a guy call from Kansas today looking for at least a 16-footer. He wanted something bigger, really. So, yeah, a lot of fishing on some dry fertilizer spreaders. It's that time,
Yeah.
And we're sitting on a few, and I think we'll get some moved here.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't. Was something that I wish we would have had done for the field day was have that cover crop box on the corn head.
Yeah.
Our cover crop seeder for the cornhead seeder. I actually did a video on it and put it on TikTok here yesterday, and that thing's been doing really, really well.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great product for anybody that's looking to try to apply cover crops in the fall. That's the way to do it for sure.
That product, it'll blow your mind how simple and successful it will make cover crops. Like, you think about it, there's a lot of guys that will go to some pretty extravagant distances to get their cover crop seeded, and that thing literally bolt it on and fill it up.
Right.
It's that easy. You'll have growth, and it works so well. Like I said, it's something that just baffles guys how well it works.
Oh, yeah.
It's simple. Mount it on the corn head. Boom. Is people are like, who would have ever thought of that? And do it all in one pass. Manage your residue, harvest your crop, and then seed those covers at the same time. So, I wish we would have had one on there too. That thing always puts on a good show. But we've got them painted black now. They look so nice. We've got that sharp decal on there. And I think come farm show season and rolling into next year, we're prepared. We've got 4 units here that we're going to build up and have them sitting on the shelf ready to ship, whether it's a 6, 8, 12 row. Boom, we're going to be ready to roll.
Yeah, absolutely. You think we'll get one on a gleaner someday?
See, you don't have to put one on gleaners. Those come from the factory with the automatic seeding option.
Yeah.
Now, you don't get to choose what seed you put down. It's whatever seed you're harvesting. Right. Is what you get to put down.
You just get voluntary beans instead.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Anyone who owns gleaners. But really, though, if you do farm with a gleaner, give me a call. I'd love to hunt your farm late season. There's going to be deer everywhere looking for that stuff. It's spread out all over the ground.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But no, we do have, we have one on a Massey, I should say. But no, I don't think I have one on a gleaner. So
most of the ones that I've done have been either a case or a deer.
Yeah. It'll come someday. Yeah, the cornhead seeder's just a phenomenal product. So, yeah, this show season, those will be really good.
Yep.
But
Y-drop bars have picked up.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that boils down to efficiency. Guys just wanting to cover acres. I saw a Hagee listed the other day, $660,000. You own a machine like that, you're going to want to do, if you could harvest corn with it,
right.
I would, it's got the engine, it's got the auto steer. So, yeah, I think Y-drop bars are going to continue to go. More guys are going to liquid, It's an easy, fast pass. I mean, you want to talk about covering some acres.
Yeah.
Put our 80-footer on there and drive 10 miles an hour, and you're going to need a tender truck to stick pretty close by on that thing. So
for sure,
it's an acres per hour deal. I mean, you got to do your post, and then you'll lean into your Y drop, and then you'll get into your fungicide. I mean, that machine just got to be rolling all the time. So yeah, Y drop toolbars have been towards the top. It'll be interesting to see how late we can do a demo this year. Like, I want to try and be, I'm pretty sure, I'd have to look, I'm pretty sure we did some demos after Thanksgiving last year, and I just did one today.
Oh, I know we did.
So yeah. So I want to see if we can get into like December pretty easy. Actually, I think we did last year. We had a little stint, and then I think the weather changed in December. I think we got one done, but
I feel like we did a 5,200 or something like that late.
Yeah, I want to keep track of that this year and see how late we can go into the winter and still do some demos. So we'll have to keep track of that one.
We'll get a chance here, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
yep. Don't know much else going on. The guys in the shop are building a 2200, a 41 footer. That thing's a mammoth. It's going to take some hours to get that sucker put together.
Is that spreader about done?
Spreader's real close. That customer was here yesterday. You'll see a video of that thing on YouTube. So that gentleman bought a used 14 footer out of New York. He's from Ohio. And I found out he's a fraternity brother of mine yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No kidding.
He knows Travis Smith real well.
No kidding.
He sells seed consultants. I mean, this world's about that big. And my PIN number, for everyone listening, is 1563.
Oh.
Guess what his was? Mine's 1563.
1663.
Close.
Yeah.
1653.
No kidding.
The center two numbers just swapped. We were like, whoa, what?
That's cool.
Kind of wild. So, yeah, so he came by yesterday, wanted to check out the spreader. He wants us to put new decals on the side. He wants it to look nice.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it's got the shiny stainless. So I ordered him the new updated logos, like what they would put on a new Magna spread. I ordered him those new stickers. He wants us to put our stickers on there. He needed a new flow divider. So I ordered him that today. I didn't know if he had it or if it was just missing. It was missing. So we ordered him a new flow divider. And then it's done. The handle for the high torque manifold was broke. Got with Steve yesterday and got a new one of those ordered. We were able to just order the cartridge. We did not have to order the whole block. So yeah, we put new spinners, new dishes on that thing, put new bearings up underneath it. Thing's going to be rolling.
It's going to be like a brand new spreader, dang.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It only has spread lime its whole life. It's never touched fertilizer.
No kidding.
So yeah, it's a clean unit. We do need to kind of go through that rate controller, make sure that, the CFR is good and all those numbers click. But yeah, I printed him off a manual today. He wanted that. And yeah, that thing's going to be headed out the door here pretty soon.
Sweet.
So yeah, excited about that one. Yeah, the guys are doing that 2241 build in the shop. That's a tool I think will get some wings here for spring. Guys who want to cover some serious acres doing the whole vertical till shatter deal ahead of the planter. That's going to be a solid option for them. But why don't you show them that blade quick you got sitting there by you?
Yeah. This is the blade that we did the video on here on, what was that, Tuesday?
Yeah.
But this is a double bearing GBGI blade. For those of you that can't see it, it's got a cast hub that's milled out in the center. These are made in the USA, actually up by Cleveland. I think,
sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
They got a really big heavy duty rivet there on both sides, but the big thing is that double bearing on the inside of there. So those will fit John Deere's, Kenzie's, you name it. So that's been a pretty big topic, and that's where we'll get back into that planter field day type deal, or seminar, or whatever you want to call it.
Symposium.
I don't even know what that was. Yeah. I've never heard of that one before.
Yeah.
But no, that's I tell you what, as far as a standard, as far as a blade, and that thing's definitely top of the line in the industry for sure.
Well, guys have had a lot of problems with them over the years. I mean, you add Delta Force to a planter, you add speed to a planter. We take off the no-till coulters. All of that is putting more and more pressure on that blade right there.
A lot of the ones that you get from the OEMs have like those stamped hubs.
Yeah.
So what will happen is that the hub will actually rip. It doesn't matter how big your rivets are. Those hubs will just rip out. Yeah. The bearing and everything will still be good, but the hub itself just rips out. So that was the big key for GBGI to go to that cast hub and then mill it out, and that's precision milled. And
yeah, there's a couple things about that cast hub. One is the tolerance in there on that bearing. You don't get the play that you do on a pressed hub. When you press the hub, your accuracies are all over the board because you're just taking a mold and pressing sheet metal down over it. Well, that sheet metal can only be so thick. So you got to keep it thin so that when you're pressing it down on there, it takes shape. So you're limited on its overall strength and durability.
Right.
And then when you do that, you're going to get wiggle in that bearing, several hundredths probably. Whereas this, it's solid cast, and then they mill that inside out to probably a few thousand spec and put that bearing in there. That way, when that sucker's running, it's tight and it's true, and it's got the thick walls for rigidity. And yeah, that's the real deal right there. And how frustrating is it when, you're out there, you've done it right. You got the field set, you've got the fertilizer set, the weather's nice, and you're shearing rivets out of your new seed disc openers. I've heard some horror stories about those. So
and they're not the funnest thing to change either.
That's what I'm saying. You climb around on the planter, and if you're having some failures, I doubt it's just one.
Right.
And
absolutely.
So, you can safeguard yourself pretty quickly by just jumping into something like that. It's a heavy duty blade that's built to last. So yeah, we'll talk about a lot more of that in the next few months. We're sitting really good on those. We looked at what we've sold in the past, put in a good size order. We've got several hundred of them here ready to roll because we have ran out in the past, and that's not fun either. But so yeah, enough with equipment talk. We need to talk hunting a little bit.
Deer hunting.
Nothing has really changed on the deer hunting front since our last podcast.
Notice how I said deer hunting, not coyote hunting, because we're slackers at coyote hunting.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. We need to wait for the rut to get over, wait for gun season to get over.
Yeah, all of our prime time spots will open up then.
Right. Yeah, the best coyote hunting spots, we have to wait till after that to really get it done. But we've got youth gun season coming up. And man, I remember, my first year I killed it the Saturday of youth gun season. And so this weekend right here could be the biggest weekend of my hunting career.
Do you remember mine?
Your first deer?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
You don't remember that?
Refresh me.
Remember we were over here off of Pine Road?
Oh, yeah. I remember that one. Yeah, I sure do. But this could be the biggest weekend of my hunting career. And I say that because I've got two boys who are going to be carrying this weekend. One of them's going to be carrying a single bead 410.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
He doesn't want to jump up to a bigger gun, but hey, whatever. So that deer's going to have to be pretty darn close.
He's basically going to be shooting a 45 bullet.
Yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. But Lucas, my oldest, he's going to be shooting the 20 gauge. He's going to be shooting sabots. We've got the rifle barrel. We got the scope on there. He should be deadly out to 100.
Oh, yeah. I've killed a deer with that gun.
Oh, yeah. He's 8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. But
I would hope you could.
It's got a scope on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
good out to 100.
Yeah. So they've never shot a deer. They've been deer hunting many times, but so we'll see.
It'll be a great weekend.
Oh, it'll be fun no matter what. We're going to have kind of a camp out, deer camp in my shop. We're going to cook up our fillets from the walleye we caught.
I'm sure we'll have back. I got to get my deer yet. My deer's done. So we'll have back straps.
Well, I'm hoping we have fresh back straps too.
Well, that's true.
Day old.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're going to have 4 shooters in camp, and we're just going to set at the hot spots, and I hope we get some barrels steaming come Saturday morning.
You going to carry your bow with you too?
No. I'm just going to be there sitting back, relaxing, watching the whole deal unfold. Trust me,
that's a good explanation.
I'm gonna have my hands full enough trying to get that barrel pointing in the right direction. So
which one am I in charge of yet?
Probably Lane.
Yeah. Old Traeger.
Yeah. Which I tell you what, it's always the kids that don't even. I shouldn't say don't even try, but like if you think back to when you made hunting easy. I swear that is whenever you could just go sit out on the ground underneath a tree. Hour later, you have a deer sniffing your boot. You know what I mean? Like I remember back, when I didn't even think about wind or didn't think about, I think this is a good pinch point. I kid you not, I could go out there and I could kill a deer on the ground pretty easy.
Well, hey, it's all right. Me and Lane been turkey hunting together.
Yeah.
That was quite an experience.
We know how that turned out. Yeah. Yeah, Lane will have to use the restroom.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Cody, I got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, number 1 or number 2? Two.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Poor kid.
What a deal. So we will have one heck of an adventure this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be fun. I cannot wait. So
it will be fun.
That basically kicks off tomorrow.
All the stories that we'll have.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. And whether we, it goes back to the whole field day philosophy, whether we shoot one or not.
What was your first deer? Button buck? Is that right? Yeah.
Button bucks were made for everyone's first deer.
Yep.
That's the whole purpose of them. They're really, really dumb and they taste good.
Or if you're Cody, you just shoot 3 of them after you kill your first deer.
Yeah. I mean, you could be 30 years old and shoot 7 of them. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. So I've gotten really good at if I see a lone or even a paired up set of does, I'm looking pretty hard. I'm looking really hard for those nubs. And if I can't see them and it's got that short nose, I'll hold back.
I'm here to tell you right now, the ones that you got back crawling at your place, they're poping young. Now.
Oh yeah.
They're big ones. I saw one the other night whenever I was hunting back there, and you could see old nubbins on them.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So we'll see. I think, that there's going to be some deer running everywhere. It should be good. So that'll be a fun adventure to talk about on the next podcast. But,
oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I think we're going to wrap this one up. That's all we've got here for this one. I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope you enjoy the new YouTube style of this podcast. And, be sure to watch all of our other videos. Be sure to like the channel. Be sure to subscribe, comment, talk to us. Leave a comment about maybe the Planter Symposium. Have you ever seen these blades? Were you at the field day? Talk to us, and we'd love to chat. So that's what we're doing today. Thanks for tuning in.
Yep. Thanks, guys.